I don't even know what to say, y'all. Thank y'all for all the congratulations. Business and Personal out now. Big Mama, the album, May 29th. I'm Big Mama. For real. Big Mama, one kid.
Y'all mad about Latto being pregnant by 21 who's married, but I feel like there's an understanding or agreement in the background. However, once he like, you know, handled that situation, I wholeheartedly think he will marry Latto. I think so.
Latto just shook the whole internet, flipped it sideways, and had everybody talking crazy after popping out with a surprise baby bump. And not just for anybody, but for 21 Savage. People already knew these two had something going on behind the scenes for a minute. And yeah, they even made it public at one point, but this right here caught everybody off guard. Nobody saw this coming, not even the fans who stay watching their every move like detectives online. And let's be real for a second. This hits different because Latto built her whole image on being independent, calling her own shots and not getting tied down like that.
What the girls lack in common sense, they make up for in looks. If this news and this announcement caught you off guard, that's when I say that you and George W. Bush could probably go intellect for intellect.
So for her to suddenly step into this situation, it got people raising eyebrows and asking questions fast. Meanwhile, it's looking like 21 Savage's wife wasn't exactly prepared for this kind of headline either. And the tension? Oh, you can feel it through the screen. Because let's be honest, this isn't just some casual situation. It's messy, layered, and full of drama that nobody can ignore. Social media wasted no time jumping in either, with people already throwing around opinions left and right. Some are side-eyeing the whole situation, saying it's becoming way too common seeing successful women end up tied to complicated relationships like this. Others are calling it out straight, saying it's not a good look when things start overlapping and turning into a pattern. And the way folks are talking, it's clear this story is hitting a nerve.
Do you yourself see yourself getting married?
Yeah, for sure. Lots of kids. I won't be rapping by then, so I can be like full-time mom and like have a garden in the back and like chickens and cows and horses and like 10 dogs. That's really in Jamaica.
Now here's where things really get wild. Latto didn't just casually drop the news and keep it moving. She went full rollout mode like a pro. First, she wiped her Instagram clean, deleted everything like she was resetting the whole vibe. Then boom, she drops a teaser for her new album titled Big Mama. And when that cover finally hit, that's when everything clicked into place. The visuals, the styling, the energy. It was loud, bold, and impossible to miss. The baby bump wasn't hidden at all. It was front and center, making a statement without even needing words. And just like that, she turned a personal moment into a full-blown headline-grabbing reveal that got everybody watching closely. Right around midnight on March 20th, Latto made her move and dropped the video for her first single off the album, Business and Personal, and the timing alone had people glued to their screens. But it wasn't just the music that had everyone talking, it was the visuals that really set things off. In the video, she confidently shows off her baby bump, making it clear this isn't something she's hiding at all. Then comes the moment that sent the internet into full investigation mode. A man's hand gently holding her belly, followed by hers right on top.
Wait, it's 90 Chanel, my boy. Running through these New York streets, about to go have this dinner with my husband.
Oh, wait. So are you tired of people asking about you know who?
No.
21. So you're not tired of hearing about 21?
We love you, girl.
That small detail, it had people zooming in, pausing frames, and analyzing every inch like their lives depended on it. And of course, social media did what it always does. Play detective fast. People immediately started comparing tattoos, looking closely at the hand in the video, and it didn't take long before they started saying it matched the exact tattoos on 21 Savage's hand. Once that connection was made, the conversation went from curious to explosive real quick. Folks weren't just speculating anymore. They were They were convinced they had their answer. Now, this situation didn't just pop up out of nowhere either. These two have had a history that goes back years, and it's been anything but simple. Since around 2020, Latto and 21 Savage have been circling each other, popping up in the same places, working together on tracks like Pull Up and later Wheelie. and leaving behind a trail of moments that had fans questioning what was really going on. Every time they posted online, people noticed the patterns. Same locations, same timing, same energy.
I've heard you say in the past, like, you kind of get funny or like try to be weary about how you approach getting features from men, because a lot of times they be acting funny and they be acting weird. I feel like at this point everyone knows that you're in a relationship. Do you still deal with people, like men being funny?
Do everybody know? I feel like I need to scream in front of my tops one more time.
It wasn't adding up as just coincidence, and even with all that, both of them kept things low-key in public, especially 21 Savage, who has a whole family situation already in place. He stayed quiet or brushed things off whenever questions came up. But Latto? She wasn't exactly subtle about it. The clues were stacking up and fans were picking up on every single one. From her getting a tattoo behind her ear that reads Shaya, which is 21 Savage's real name, to those vacation pictures where people swore they could spot signs of him in the background. It was all there, and people were connecting the dots louder than ever. As soon as all those clues started lining up, the internet went into overdrive, and the reactions? Completely split down the middle. Some people were excited, saying Latto is stepping into a new chapter and owning it with confidence. But others weren't letting it slide so easily. They started calling out the situation for being messy, especially with 21 Savage already tied to a whole family situation. And once those conversations picked up, it turned into a full-blown debate across social media. A lot of users began questioning how everything overlapped, pointing out that this situation didn't just happen overnight. They brought up the timeline, the past appearances together, and all those moments that people brushed off before. Now everything was being re-examined under a microscope. People were saying this explains a lot of the hints that didn't make sense at the time. And the more folks talked, the more intense the opinions got. Then you had another group focusing directly on Latto, debating whether this move matched the image she built over the years. Some felt like this was a bold shift, while others were confused, saying it didn't line up with the independence she used to promote so heavily. That contrast had people talking non-stop, with clips, old interviews, and lyrics getting pulled back up and compared to what's happening now. Nothing was off limits. Meanwhile, attention also shifted toward 21 Savage, with many people questioning how he was handling everything behind the scenes.
Careful, what's in your stomach? You know what's in there. Latto, stop playing with me.
Since he's known for keeping his personal life low-key, the silence only made people more curious. Every little detail started getting picked apart, from his past statements to his current absence from speaking on the situation. That quiet approach, it just made the whole thing feel even louder online. Right now, the story isn't just about a pregnancy announcement anymore. It's turned into a layered situation filled with speculation, reactions, and non-stop discussion. And with neither side fully addressing everything head-on yet, people are still watching closely, waiting to see what drops next. As time moved into 2025, things between Latto and 21 Savage stopped being so hidden and started coming out into the open more. It wasn't just quiet rumors anymore. Latto straight up confirmed to TMZ that 21 wasn't just somebody she was seeing, she made it clear he was her man. And what really got people talking? 21 Savage didn't step in to deny it at all. That silence spoke loud and fans picked up on it immediately. Now, even with all that out in the open, a lot of people surprisingly weren't making a huge deal about the relationship itself at first. In today's rap scene, especially with female artists, people have seen all kinds of relationship setups, so nothing really shocks them like it used to.
Or spit a swallow. Oh, I'm a swallow for sure. Wow. She gave me swallow.
Because I want you to know, yeah, that's mine.
Mine. Oh, you know something? I cannot do that.
Why?
But can you do it all the time? Or is that a special occasion?
Every time it's nothing.
Ooh, I gotta grow up.
I have to it's something about like him seeing me like, yeah.
Some were even saying that being tied to a certain lifestyle comes with certain choices, and if Latto was moving how she wanted, then that was her business. That perspective had people shrugging it off instead of turning it into a major issue right away. Then the conversation started getting deeper when outside details came into play. There were claims floating around about 21 Savage's background, including talk that his marriage situation might have been more complicated than it looked on the surface. Some sources were saying things about arrangements and mutual understandings, and that opened the door for even more speculation. People began wondering if everyone involved already knew what was going on behind closed doors. If that was the case, it would explain why things seemed so calm publicly for a while. On top of that, Latto had built a strong image around independence, getting money, staying in control, and not getting tied down with long-term responsibilities like having kids. Fans held on to that idea, believing she wasn't about to switch that up anytime soon. That reputation made people feel like she had everything mapped out and wasn't going to let anything shift her focus. But then came the moment that flipped everything again. Latto showed up for a performance in Japan, and fans immediately noticed her stomach looking different. That's when speculation went wild all over again. Some people were convinced she was pregnant, while others tried to downplay it, saying maybe it was just the angle or the outfit. Either way, the whispers started getting louder, and people were watching her every move even more closely.
There's no other way to put it. We lost Latto. Okay, we lost her. We've lost the plot. Why? Why? Are we having babies with niggas and we not married? Ah! Stop it! Girls, I'm begging us to stop. I'm begging.
But that wasn't even the moment that fully confirmed things, because another clip started making rounds, and this time, there was no room for doubt at all. Latto was seen hanging out with Saucy Santana, and when the camera caught her from the side, her stomach was clearly showing. No angles, no tricks. This wasn't just speculation anymore. And when Saucy went ahead and rubbed her belly, Latto didn't pull back or try to hide it. She looked genuinely happy and comfortable in that moment. Her reaction said a lot without her even needing to explain anything. The way she laughed, the way she carried herself, it gave off the energy of someone who already accepted what was going on. People watching that clip didn't hesitate to connect the dots. To them, it was obvious she was expecting, and now the focus shifted even harder onto who the father was and what that situation really looked like behind the scenes. And here's where the conversation started getting even more intense. If Latto is expecting and 21 Savage is the father, then people are saying this isn't something casual anymore. It raises questions about how serious things really are between them, because from the outside looking in, folks have been labeling her as the side, the situation, and everything in between. And according to public reactions, the last thing people expect is for someone in that position to end up pregnant without clear acknowledgement.
Alyssa announced Cher got her pregnant, and we supposed to jump for joy with her. First thing first, you giving luxurious mistress. Last time we checked publicly, he was married to his baby mama. I just Googled the facts again. It ain't showing up, so I don't know if they secretly divorced, but the perception is 21 is a married man. The part that took the cake for me is he in the video acting like Wizard Kelly. Boy, they matching up hand tattoos. They know it's you. Alyssa, this is why we scrutinize age gaps. That 6-year difference is taking a toll on your mind. Now let's thank Jay-Z, Epstein, Cameron, all these niggas that be narcissistically secluding these young women while they have money, power, and fame at their fingertips, and then they're silenced. The silencing hasn't came yet, but it's coming. Latto, baby girl, I understand you living your life and your business is not ours, but this is a little strange, a lot strange. I was trying to sip my coffee and not give a fuck, but the man has a hold on you. It's looking like voodoo. It's looking like some spiritual puppeteering going on. It's getting deep. From the outside looking in, I don't know, girl, but hey, Alyssa, your daddy should come have a talk with you. Your grandfather, your uncle, some man in your family should definitely have something to say and do about this situation. 21, have as many holes as you would like, dog, but this is wrong. You wrong as fuck.
At the same time, Latto has said more than once that she wanted marriage before having children. That's why people started paying close attention to her wording lately, especially when she began referring to 21 Savage as her husband. And what made it even louder? He hasn't stepped in to shut it down or correct it publicly. That silence again added fuel to the discussion, making it seem like he's standing right there with her on this. But while all this was unfolding, there was one person people kept bringing up, and that's 21 Savage's wife, Kiana. Because from the outside, it didn't look like she was part of this narrative at all. And the way the internet sees it, this is where things stop being quiet and start getting real complicated. While Latto and 21 Savage were living freely and showing pieces of their relationship, a lot of people kept asking the same question over and over. What does Kiana actually think about all this? Because from the outside, her presence has been almost silent, even though she and 21 share 3 children together. The only time her name really popped up in conversations was when people were making comments about her situation, throwing around labels, or comparing her to Latto.
Big mama, 1 kid. Did all that talk to be a statistic? Here's my thing. You was untouchable. You wasn't ran through. You bragged about all of this stuff just to end up being the baby mama to a rapper who may or may not still be married and got 3 kids already. That's an L. It's just like I told y'all before. A woman's pretty privilege, most of the time, she never uses it to her full advantage the way a man who is at the top 1% of men use their privilege. A top 1% man is always going to go for the best of the best women that he possibly can get, but not 1% women, not women who are like a Latto where she's racially ambiguous and she appeals to all different types of men and she could have possibly had whatever she wanted and she still chose to be the baby mama of a man who already got 3 kids. These young girls don't have any type of female musicians and rappers to look at as like inspiration because they all getting baby mamaed. Every single one of them. We didn't grow up like that. All of the girls that we grew up with, whether it be singers, rappers, either they didn't get married, didn't have kids, or they ended up getting married and having children. Whether it worked out or not, they still at least tried. And that's the image that we got to see, is at least women trying. But I tell you one thing, when y'all professional baby mamas started coming into them comment sections and calling Latto's pregnancy, I knew y'all wasn't lying. Y'all don't never be wrong about these pregnancies. Y'all have been pregnant enough times to know the signs of when y'all see them. Y'all are never wrong. Whenever you get into a comment section and you see a bunch of baby mamas ganged up together saying that a girl is pregnant, that girl is pregnant. It's only a matter of time for she announce it, but them professional baby mamas had already clocked it.
And that alone had people wondering if she was choosing to stay quiet or just staying out of the spotlight on purpose. But once the pregnancy news hit, everything shifted instantly. This wasn't just rumors or appearances anymore. This was something real, and people started saying this might be crossing a whole new line. Then things got even more confusing when fans noticed that Kiana had liked Latto's pregnancy post. That single action had social media spinning with theories. Some thought it meant she was accepting the situation and moving forward peacefully, while others felt like it meant something completely different. According to reports being discussed online, the reality might not be so calm behind the scenes. There's talk that Kiana is not okay with how everything played out, especially when it comes to how public this situation has become. From that perspective, the issue isn't just about time or attention, it's about respect. And people are saying that the pregnancy being announced this way added a whole extra layer to it. Then that like on the post started getting interpreted in a different light. Some believe it wasn't support at all, but more of a subtle reaction, almost like she was letting it be known that she sees everything that's happening. Not loud, not messy, but still making a statement in her own way. And that kind of move, it only made people talk even more. Even with all the videos, photos, and public confirmations floating around, there are still strong opinions about where this leaves everyone involved.
So I'm gonna just say congrats to Latto because I feel like she's been wanting a baby for a while or whatever, but the most beautiful women have the lowest self-esteem, And you see that every day with these celebrities or whatever, or influencers or whatever you want to call them now. And she's been with Savage for a very long time throughout his marriage. I wonder if he's even divorced now or maybe it's finally finalized. Who knows? But such a beautiful girl, and to allow herself to get wrapped up in that, right? But a long time ago, a lady told me, she said, I can always tell how much a woman values herself based on the partner that she chooses, right? And at that time, I was dating somebody I had no business dating. And when she said that to me, I said, oh, she told me I don't love myself. That's how I took it. And I had to get up out of that relationship. And I did, right? But it's really true. You can really tell how much somebody loves themselves based on the partner that they choose. Because whether y'all want to believe it or not, who you choose to be with is a reflection of you. And yeah, I don't know. I wish her the best because she is so gorgeous. And I think she is very smart. sometimes women get wrapped up in love. And, unfortunately, she is a pick-me-ish reporter, But, yeah, I just hope he's not still married. At least he could have did that for her. Because I'm telling you, they've been dealing for a very long time. But, yeah. Oh, no. Another one bites the dust.
A lot of people are saying that no matter how visible the relationship looks, the legal situation hasn't changed. And now, with a baby in the picture, the stakes feel even higher. The conversation isn't slowing down either. It's only getting more intense as people wait to see what happens next. Now, with everything out in the open, the pressure is building heavy on all sides, and people are watching every move like it's a live show that never pauses. The biggest question floating around right now is simple: what happens next? Because at this point, it's not just about rumors, posts, or hidden clues anymore. There's a whole baby, involved, real emotions, in a situation that's too loud to ignore. Some people believe 21 Savage is eventually going to have to speak up and address everything directly. His silence worked before when things were just speculation, but now, that same silence is starting to feel like a statement on its own. Fans are picking apart every appearance, every lyric, every move he makes, trying to figure out where his head is at. And the longer he waits, the more intense the conversation gets.
Big mama, no kids. What happened to that, Latto? What happened to I'll spend that 500 before I ever trap you, Latto? No, I'm just kidding, y'all. Congratulations are in order to Big Latto. She confirmed finally that she is pregnant after months of us speculating. Congrats are actually in order to her and her baby's father, which looks like it's finally confirmed after years to be 21 Savage. Y'all slick, because after I seen the picture of her pregnant, the next picture was this of y'all comparing the hands to confirm that it is indeed 21 Savage that she's been with this whole time and who is her baby's father. So congrats to the both of them. Along with the pregnancy, she did announce 2 singles and that she is releasing an album with, I believe, then what was it, like 17 or 18 tracks at the end of May, which I'm super excited for because, Latto is up there on my favorite female rappers. So shout out to her. I cannot wait to listen to that. So, like, does this mean we not gonna get her on the Atlanta stop of Little Miss Drama tour? Because in my mind, you know, Cardi has been bringing out a lot of the female rappers. So in my mind, I was like, oh well, she's gonna be in Atlanta. Everyone knows Lotto is associated with Atlanta because y'all like to argue about that too. So I guess we'll see. She also dropped a cute video. And speaking of drop, I wonder like when she gonna drop this baby. Like I wonder when she's due. And then I also wonder like, is this gonna be a tour accompanying this album? I just have so many questions.
At the same time, Latto is moving like someone who's fully standing in her truth, not backing down from anything. From the music rollout to the visuals to how she's presenting herself publicly, she's making it clear she's not trying to hide or soften the situation. That bold approach has people divided. Some are respecting the confidence, while others are questioning the long-term outcome. Either way, she's controlling the narrative in a way that keeps all eyes locked in. Then there's the bigger picture that people can't stop talking about. This situation has turned into more than just one story. It's being tied into ongoing conversations about relationships, image, and choices in the spotlight. Everybody has an opinion, and nobody is staying quiet about it. Social media is going back and forth non-stop, with debates getting louder by the day. Right now, everything feels unfinished, like the story is still building towards something bigger. No clear answers, no final decisions, just tension, speculation, and a whole lot of attention. And if one thing is clear, it's that this situation isn't fading anytime soon. It's only getting more intense as each new detail comes out. For those who have been keeping up with this situation from the very beginning, this moment feels different, because this is the first time Kiana is really being pulled into the spotlight in a noticeable way. Before, she stayed mostly out of the conversation, but now people are paying close attention to her reactions, and a lot of them are actually supporting her side of things. It's a shift that's hard to ignore, especially with everything now happening out in the open.
Okay, I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like being upset over somebody else's pregnancy is so fucking weird to me, especially if they're a celebrity. Like, I keep seeing all these comments about Latto, like, oh my God. I saw somebody say, oh,
Latto's whole aesthetic was having no kids, and now she's pregnant. And like, when I think of Latto, I did not think that no kids was her aesthetic. Like, yeah, Big Mama, no kids, but like, that song literally just came out. Like, I do not think of Latto and think, oh yeah, like, bitch, young turnt bitch, no kid. Like, I never thought that was her brand. Like, if your whole entire brand, aesthetic, personality is just no kids, that's corny as fuck. I'm sorry. But like, just seeing all the comments like, oh, I feel like I lost a homegirl, like, right before the summertime, like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, where's the rings? Like, y'all are so fucking miserable. Like, all y'all do is project. Like, not everybody wants the same lifestyles that y'all live. Like, I just think that shit is so weird to me. It's so parasocial. It's so fucking weird. Like, these people are good. These people are rich, like, or wealthy, well off, whatever you want to call it. Like, I don't know. That shit is just so fucking weird to me. It's so negative. It's so, like, I don't know. Like, before I had my kid, I didn't give a fuck about who announced their pregnancy. I wasn't like, oh my God, a fallen soldier. Like, that's weird, bro. That's very weird. Like, I don't think y'all understand how weird that actually is. But I'm not even, it's 8 a.m, so I don't even got time to expand. But that shit is weird.
At the same time, people are also looking back at Latto's past statements, especially when it comes to her views on relationships, marriage, and having children. She's made it clear before that she wanted things to happen in a certain order, with commitment coming first. That's why this situation is hitting so many people differently now. From their perspective, it feels like a complete switch up from what she used to stand on, and they're not holding back from pointing that out. Then there's the bigger conversation that's starting to grow around all of this. Some people are framing it as a power move, saying she's securing her position no matter what. Others see it in a completely different light, focusing on the complications that come with building something in a situation that already has layers attached to it. And once kids, relationships, and public image all mix together, it naturally brings stronger opinions from every direction. What really has people talking is how this announcement was rolled into her album Rollout. That move made everything feel even bigger, almost like personal life and career are blending into one major headline. Some are calling it strategic, while others feel like it adds more pressure to an already complicated situation. Either way, it has everyone watching closely and waiting to see what happens next. Now the real question is, what do you think about all this? Do you feel like Latto stayed true to herself, or does this situation change how you see everything she's said before? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation is far from over. If you've been following the story, make sure you like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Stay locked in for more updates, and I'll catch you in the next one.